Welcome to Klein Collins High School, where the Lady Tigers look to keep their playoff hopes alive with a victory over the first-place Lady Wildcats of Decaney. Klein Collins is just a game out of fourth place, but 3 of their last 4 games are with teams ahead of them in the standings. And to get a victory over the state's number 9 ranked team requires stopping a 15-game winning streak. The Dekaney Lady Wildcats graduated 8th from last year's regional champs and began the year in need of leadership if they're going to make their 3rd straight Final Four appearance. And they found it in 5'1" point guard Jalen Richard Harris, a returning sophomore.
We're just like a big family. Like it all happened so easily. We didn't expect for everything, to bond the way we did, but it worked out. As soon as fall ball started, that's before season, we were looking pretty good.
The Lady Tigers protected the low post early, so Lauren Grigsby kicked it back out to Richard Harris, who beat the defenders to the hoop for 2. Then the Lady Cat defensive pressure paid off as Kayla Nevitt gets the steal and works the ball to Grigsby for a 4-0 lead. Jasmine Nash found a hole in the zone defense and drove the baseline to put the Lady Tigers on the board. Here, Kishwana Scott sets up in the corner, but sees Abby White alone and cross-courts at the White for a 9-2 lead. Then Rexisha Hollis pushes the ball up court through traffic and finds Infinity Harris on the wing, and she strokes the 3. Next possession, Hollis tries to drive, but shoots off balance over a wall, and Kristen Burrell is there for the rebound and the putback. Then Burrell gets her own rebound and kicks it out to Quai Smith-Sims at the top of the key, and she nails a 3 to cut the Wildcat lead to 13-10. So the Lady Wildcats decided to spread the D, and Kayla Nevitt gets alone in the corner and hits the bottom of the net for her first 3. And the Lady Tigers were down by just 4 after the first period as they tried to find a way around the smothering Wildcat defense that puts lots of pressure on the ball. But the Cats went on a 7-0 run as Nevitt feeds Grigsby in the paint, and she gets the shooter's roll to fall. Then Nevitt is alone in the wing, and she calmly knocks down her second tray of the night, and she would finish with 11. It took the Tiger bench to get scoring going again as Erica Johnston finds Natalia Chatham underneath, and she makes good to make the score 23-14. But then Decaney made life really miserable for the Lady Tigers. After the teams traded free throws, Kishana Scott rifled a pass to Abby White in the paint, and she gets it to fall. White had 11 points, all in the first half. Then sophomore Keeney Hamilton gets the ball in the low post and goes over Chatham for her first points of the game. Later, Richard Harris uses quickness and style to get through the taller Tigers and collect 2 more of her 10 points. The Lady Tigers will then end a 5-minute drought without a bucket when Katie Facemeyer gets the ball inside to Burrell with 30 seconds to go in the half. And that turned out to be an important bucket as the teams head to the locker room at the break with the Wildcats up by 16. Now, you might think a team with a big lead wouldn't want to change much, but...
Yeah, we noticed that their press break was the same, so we wanted to switch it up. We knew that they was coming off the screen, we was going to hedge on that, and last time we played them, they kind of, third quarter is when they jumped at us, so we had to shut that down so they wouldn't pick up the momentum.
And the press created problems for the Tigers all during the second half, as the Cats were quicker and more aggressive attacking the ball. Kayla Nevitt shows how the defensive pressure pays off with this block. Nevitt was on a roll, so Richard Harris looked for her in the corner, and she drains a tray, her 3rd of the game. Here Kishana Scott strips the ball from Hollis, and Lauren Grigsby is there to pick it up and take it end to end for the bucket. And she would lead all scorers with 17 on the night. Grigsby was active on D at both ends of the court. And here she gets another block to prevent a layup. And when the smoke had cleared, the Lady Wildcats had held the Lady Tigers scoreless in the 3rd period and put the game on ice. In fact, the Lady Tigers did not get on the board for another 3 minutes when Hollis gets a steal and a bucket off the press. Although behind, the Lady Tigers continued to fight, as here Natalia Chatham hustles for the rebound and puts it back for her second bucket of the game. And Hollis takes it alone all the way for 2 more of her team-high 8 points. But it was just too much Lauren Grigsby and the Wildcats as they sealed up their 16th straight win.
I think our point guard, we lost 2 games, and one of those she was pretty much out. And I realized how much she's valuable on the floor. She's only a sophomore, but she plays so much above her age right now. She's got a good IQ. She passes the ball well, sees the floor well. So probably having a young sophomore on the floor, but she doesn't play that way.
Coming in as a freshman last year, it was kind of hectic, but I had a lot of people to look up to. Bigger class, starting at 6-man, and it's become easier this year, but we're working at it, and it's going well.
I think obviously our lack of size is kind of going to be an issue. We don't have a lot of big post players, and I think that might be something that we have to plan around once we get to that point. But we still have some pretty good games left in district yet before we start thinking too far ahead.